So moving on, we're going to look at logarithms and their properties for right now. And obviously, since these have to do with the powers, they actually use the same rules as the powers. And I'll get into that in more detail soon. So let's look at this first one. So we've got log of 2 times 8 times 4. Well, 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, so we got that. And then, well, that means 2 to some power is equal to 32. Well, that power is 5. Okay, so if we look over here, we see there's an error. And notice that this is log base 2 of 8, which is 3. That's good. Log base 2 of 4, which is 2. That's good. But they got 6. So it must not be the case that we multiply here. We must be adding here, which gives us 5. Okay. Now, the reason it does that, obviously, is because remember, when you multiply two bases that have the same, or two of the same bases, you add the powers together. Well, that's what it is when you multiply the same bases. These are logarithms talk about powers, and therefore, same rules apply. So if we do this one, obviously this is going to be a plus, 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 and a plus. So 1 plus 1 plus 2 is going to be 4. So then this must equal 4. Well, then that means this equals 81. And it does. Okay. Now it says, what is the rule? So for the problems you evaluated incorrectly, what changes should have been made? They should have been plus signs instead of multiplication. And so log b of m times log b of n is equal to log b of m plus log b of n. Okay, so next one, we've got log 2 of 2, which is equal to 1. Well, if you notice, they have log 8 divided by this, so this must not be this, it must be subtraction, so this is 1. And just like in exponents, you'll notice that when you divide exponents, or bases that are the same, you subtract the exponents. And then this one would be log 3 of 27, which is equal to 3. Well, this is also subtraction, so this must be 3. And so our rule for here is log b of m minus log b of n. So the product rule to expand each of the following logarithms. So if you have x to the third, then what do you have here? You have log b of x plus log b of x plus log b of x. Oops. Now, how many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 times log b of x. So what does that show? That shows that you take this power, you write it out in the front, and that is your power there. That's why I was able to use that in the last set of videos. Same thing here, log b of x, log b of x. We just keep going 5 times. And then we have 5 times log b of x. So, predict the power rule. We know that this should be p times log b of m. Okay. Does log b of m mean the same thing as this? For that one, I'm not entirely sure right now. Let's look at it. If we have log b of m p, I'm tempted to say no, because if we know that this one produces this, then can we say this? Well, let's say that yeah, let's say that b is 2. So let's do log 2, and then let's say m is 2. Actually, that's not a good example. Let's say m is 4. And let's do p is 2. Okay. Then if we do the same thing here, we have log b of, oops, not log b. Maybe 2 isn't a good example, so let's do it again. Or let's choose p to be 3 just in case that changes something. I'm not entirely sure. This might be equal to each other. So we've got log 2 of 4 to the third. Okay, so this is 3 times 2, 6. Yeah, I don't think these are equal. And this is 2 to the third, which is 8. So no, these are not the same. We found a counterexample because this value is actually being raised to the p, whereas just this one being raised to that only implicates the power as multiplication. So, all right, so now we're going to expand and condense. So how I do this, if it's on the top, I call it's a positive log. If it's on the bottom, it's a negative log. And so let's do this. We've got log x plus log y minus log 100 minus log z. So notice x and y were on top, so they're both positive. Z is on the bottom, so it's negative, and 100's on the bottom, so it's negative. Well, that's not fully simplified because this simplifies. Remember, this is log base 10. So this is log x plus log y minus 2 minus log z. The next one, ln. So this is ln 5 plus ln square root of x minus ln y to the third. Okay, let's change these powers. Remember, this is the 1/2 power. So this is ln 5 plus 1/2 ln x minus 3 ln y. Final answer. Oops. Okay, now it wants us to condense. So positives on top. So this is log 2 and then x, y over z. Okay, now these ones have 5 and 3. So this is log x to the 5 plus log x to the 3. So remember, we actually multiply these. This is log x to the 8. Okay, so 2 to the 64, that's 6. Okay, why? Because 2 to the 6 is 64, so 2 to the x equals 64. This one is 4 to the x equals 1, so it's equal to 0. This one is actually just 9, and we just pull that out in front. 9 times 1. This one turns out to be 16. I think that's a rule from earlier in the other page, so yeah, remember this is 2 to the 4, so it's going to end up being 16. So this is 3 to the, well, this is going to be 9. Next one, this one's going to be x. Log 5 of 15. What is that going to be? Well, this is actually, hold on, this is going to be log 5 of 5 plus log 5 of 3, which is 1 plus log base 5, 3. Next one, log 10,000 plus log x minus log y minus log z. 10,000. 10 goes into 10,100 4 times. So this is 4 plus log x minus log y minus log z. Okay, I'm going to erase this now because I need more room for the other one. So we've got log base 2. All right. So I'm going to just, remember, this is the 1/3 power. So I'm just going to write the 1/3 out here, and then I'm going to put brackets. Okay, so we've got log 2, and then let's just put everything where it goes. X squared plus log 2y minus log 2z. Okay, let's take care of the powers now. This is 1/3 2 log 2x plus log 2y minus log 2z. Just be very slow and meticulous with this. This is going to be 1/3 times everything here, so we've got 2/3 log 2x plus 1/3 log 2y minus log 2z. 1/3 times that. Sorry. Okay. Next one, condense. This is log ln 5/2. This is log 3u to the 4th minus log 3v to the 20th, which is log 3u to the 4th over v to the 20. And one other thing, guys, if the log bases don't match, you cannot combine them. So if you have log base 3 and log base 2, do not combine them. So this is going to be log b of the 3rd root of x squared minus log b of y to the 5th plus log b x plus 4 to the 3rd. Anything positive is on top, so this is log b cube root of x squared times x plus 4 to the 3rd. Oops, I drew that too far. Over y to the 5th. And there you have it. Those are all of the problems. Make sure you guys practice this. It's not the hardest. Just keeping track of positives, negatives, and multiplying and adding and subtracting for the most part. So I hope you guys are well. Do your best. Thank you.